What is up, guys? We are back. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Heather C. So it's Sunday, and I Love a Mama's Boy, Season 3, Episode 10 has aired. This is part 2. We have 2 more people to talk about, 2 different situations. So I want to talk about Layla, Shakib, and Emily. So after the dinner party that we watched last week, which was a complete disaster, literally a disaster, Shakib has been back at home, staying with his mom, Layla, which couldn't make her happier. She says she feels like the queen of the entire world, having Shakib back in the house with her. She's back to feeding him, and things are almost back to normal. Now, you remember Layla said that she had a plan. She wouldn't tell us what the plan was. So apparently the plan was she was bringing Yusra to the party as a test, because Layla knows Emily has a horrible temper, and she knew that she could get Emily to act out at the party, which was a complete success. This is exactly what Layla wanted to happen, and she has gotten Shakib back in her house. Do you think that Layla has won?
I do, because judging by the previews of next week, Emily is reacting exactly how she did the one season where she went off the deep end. My main thing is the situation with Yusra. She said that she is like, I know I shouldn't have probably came because Emily, called me a homewrecker, which makes sense. And you can tell that she's trying to be respectable because she obviously likes Layla, she likes Shakib, and she wanted to like Emily, but she's not like the complete bad guy in this situation. But she did get a little flirty on the call.
Mm-hmm.
And she did, make her comments where, maybe things could have been differently. So it's like she's staying in her lane, but then it's kind of also she's driving over the line just a little bit, like just to test the waters to see. So as much as I want to like fault Emily for going over the deep end, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would have never treated Yusra the way she did at the dinner. But I think deep down inside, I would have been kind of like hurt. Like, what are her intentions? Like, does she just want to be his friend? Is she waiting for me to get out of the picture? But maybe she would have learned all this if she would have gave Yusra a chance and been more friendly. Maybe they could have became friends.
Well, I remember a few episodes back, they did meet at a coffee shop and they had very civilized conversation, very calm. And I thought that things were fine between them, but she asked Yusra to stay away. And Yusra then met up with him at the gym. And I feel like I want to be upset with Emily, but I also feel like if someone is showing up to things and they're spending time with your significant other without you, and having conversations with them without you, it's very, very difficult to say, oh, it's friendly talk, it's friendly conversation, because you don't know what the intentions are. And I guess Emily does know what Layla's intentions are. Layla wants Yusra in Shakib's life for a specific reason. She would love to see them get married. And whether or not Yusra feels the same way, she is participating in that plan. So I can't say that I would be okay with her showing up if I was in Emily's shoes. I just feel like trust is important, but it's like Emily can trust Shakib but not trust Layla, and they're one and the same at times because Shakib will do whatever appeases Layla. So it's like she can't trust either one. And then she has Yusra who keeps popping up and she can't figure out what her intentions are. So it's like I want to fault Emily for her reaction, but I also feel like her reaction was normal for this type of situation because her and Shakib have been together for years. This isn't new. So feeling like someone is coming in and taking that away from you can really make you react in a very aggressive way. Speaking of aggressive, I want to talk about Robert, Nancy, and Christy. So we saw the DNA test results episode, and we thought that this would be the end because it was 99.99999% certainty that Robert is the father of Kimberly, which he claims he never had any doubt whatsoever. Nancy seems to feel like he did have doubt, and I guess we'll never know because as long as Christy is in the picture, he will never admit to that. But he did go through with the test. So we're watching Nancy vent to her son Jacob, and she feels that Christy is still the problem, even though she's proven that this is the child between her and her son. She's still not able to understand why her son would choose Christy over her. And I don't really understand Nancy's thought process because he has 2 children with her and they're married. Like I don't understand why she wouldn't see him, hold her in high regard. She is definitely someone that he has started a life with. They have a home together. They have children together. This is someone that he chose to be in his life. So what do you feel is going to happen? Because Nancy has said that she's not apologizing. She doesn't care. She doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. She wouldn't apologize to Christy. And Robert said, well, if you can't apologize to Christy, I will distance myself from you. Do you think that that is possible? Is Robert capable of distancing himself from Nancy?
I don't think that he's 100% capable. First of all, I would like to just touch bases on Nancy's relationship with her children in general. Clearly, she has a favorite.
Yeah.
She had mentioned that she goes to her son to vent.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a good listener. Maybe, she knows that she can rely on him. But why are you spending your quality time with that child venting about another child? So, of course, like, I'm no therapist, but I read between the lines of a lot of things. To me, okay, being a child, okay, you're trying to just be as important as the next one. So whether or not he is jealous of his relationship, that his mom has with Robert or whatever, he's going to tell her whatever she wants to hear because he wants to be in her good graces. Because she said, oh, look at this paternity test. Doesn't it look fake? Everybody and their brother and sister, if you even watch one episode of Maury, knows it's never 100%. Never. It doesn't mean that they're not. So the fact that he went along with his mom's shenanigans and, was like, well, what about the other 1%? Like, it's never that, ever. I feel bad because it's like he clearly wants to be there for his mom. So maybe she would spend more time with him and get more attention with him and not be about Robert all the time. Because then she could be like, well, at least I have this child, and like, at least I have him. So I don't know. That is a situation for a therapist in itself. Second of all, her grandchild comes over and she does one of these like type of things. Where's the hug? Where's the love? Where's the grandma's kisses? Where's the embrace? Always has an angry look on her face. Like, why is it so bad? Like, what is so wrong with Christy that this woman's heart is filled with so much hate and animosity that she can't look past anything but her hatred for Christy? I mean, we don't know any of these people personally. We didn't grow up with them. We don't talk to them all the time. We only see what we're shown on TV. But if her hatred for her is simply because she's with her favorite son, that's not a good enough reason. And it's definitely not a good enough reason to treat little Kimberly the way that she does.
I think that Christy is right. It would be better for everyone involved if Nancy was not in the picture. And it doesn't have to be forever. Nothing has to be forever. I think a lot of people have to understand that. Sometimes you need to give people time, take something away from them and realize how much that they need it and miss it. And they will change the way they feel. Nancy will apologize if she can't talk to Robert, if she can't see Robert, if he's not coming over to her house and they're not spending quality time together. She will change the way that she's acting to get what she wants, because she said that there's no life for her where Robert isn't involved in it. So I feel like Christy is 100% right. Walk away like they did from that meeting and say, we're done with you. Let her have some time to think about the situation that she's gotten herself into. Christy has given her multiple chances to make things right, and Nancy has done zero to make this situation right. And I feel like at some point, Christy has reached her breaking point, and Robert is finally on Christy's side. And Nancy will not agree with not being in Robert's life. Like you said, she has a favorite. this is her favorite, and what he does and who he's with, she can't change that. So she's going to have to change her behavior to make sure that she's going to be in his life.
And I just want to add real quick that I don't have anything personally against any of them, any of the mothers, any of the significant others and all that. My opinion is based solely on just what America sees. You know, I believe that Nancy could have a great character. I believe she could be a great woman, but we're only shown this villain side.
Mm-hmm.
So our reactions are based on what we see. I have no, because I think that's where people go wrong when they do interviews, when they do podcasts, when they gossip to their friends or go online. They think that what they're seeing is all the time real.
Yeah.
And what you have to realize is that a lot of shows, even though they are reality, there are a lot of scriptedness to them. A lot of things are put in there because they want viewers. And these people who are real people, they get attacked. And I just wanted to put that out there, that I am not in no way, shape, or form attacking Nancy personally, any of her children personally. It's just based upon the scenes that were shown on the show. When I see these scenes, that's just how I perceive it. So I don't know. I wanted to make myself clear on that one, because I read a lot of comments and stuff online and how a lot of people are. And it's just like, they think that what they're watching is like their neighbors next door and is happening in real time. Like, these shows were shot so far, in the past, that things have already healed and moved on. And so I don't know. Just remember, people, this is strictly for entertainment purposes. Don't attack these people personally. You can have your opinions, but at the end of the day, they're human.
All right, guys, that's it for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Heather C. I Love a Mama's Boy, Season 3, Episode 10. This was part 2. Make sure you're live tweeting with us every Sunday night. It comes on right after 90 Day Fiancé. We'll talk to you all really soon.